What's going on, everybody? Browser here, bringing you another Minecraft tutorial. Today, I'm going to be showing y'all how to break bedrock. And before we begin, if you go on to enjoy this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you are new, consider subscribing. It definitely helps me out. But for this, we are going to need at least one block of your choice. You're going to need at least one obsidian. You'll need at least one trapdoor, at least one lever, at least two pistons, some ladders, probably like 4 or 5 should do. You'll need at least one ender pearl and 2 TNT. Now, you'll have to do it a couple times, but it can work every time. So, in case it doesn't work on your first attempt, go ahead and bring you a couple extra TNTs, some building blocks, some extra trapdoors, some extra pistons. You'll want to bring a few extra ender pearls just in case you can't get onto the roof of the nether. You'll want to bring a couple extra levers. Then, if all of this fails and you want a way off, go ahead and bring you about 10 extra obsidian if you don't want the corners, and a flint and steel. So let's get in here and show y'all how to do this. Alright, so once you're in the nether, you want to go ahead and work your way up all the way up here until you see bedrock. So let's get up there and I'll show you what to look for. Alright, so once we're starting to see the bedrock, you can clear you out a little area to work in, or you can just try your luck at finding the correct one. So what we're looking for is if you press F3 and over on the right, it should say targeted block. I'll be sure to put an arrow over to it. So you want to try to find Y level 127. That is the block that you're looking at, and this is the block you're on. As you see, the targeted block shows 120 over there, and it shows 121 on the left side. So we're going to try to find block 127. Okay, so it looks like we found it right there. Now you want to make sure you have at least 2 to 3 blocks below it. That way we can at least build a ladder there. Actually, yeah, that's perfect. So I just broke this block right here, which then led it to where I can get up here. So I'll go ahead and close this up. Next, go ahead and grab your ladders and place your ladders here so you can climb up a little bit. After you have your ladders right here, you want to make sure that you're still looking at the correct block. So one more time, targeted block is 127, perfect. So once you climb to the very top of the ladder, you want to go ahead and ram your face into the bedrock. Now, what you want to go ahead and do is continue pressing your W, so like you're moving forward. Okay, you're going to throw this directly into the bedrock, and once it teleports you, stop pressing your W because you want to make sure you mark where you came up, or go ahead and write down your coords while you're down here. So I went ahead and got into survival to show y'all that this works. So we're going to go ahead and go up here and we're going to throw it. All right, so I stopped pressing W. Perfect. So we took a little bit of damage right there. It was like 3 hearts. I'm not wearing any armor, and I want to show y'all what you should be looking like right now. As you see, no armor, and we're halfway in and out of the bedrock right here. So what you want to go ahead and do, don't move, but look straight down and jump. Next, this block right here that we're looking at, we want to go ahead and grab our piston. You want to go ahead and jump and place your piston down just like so. All right, so once we have our piston placed down, I'm going to go ahead and explain why we place this here. So I'm going to take you into spectator, and as you see, that is a single block right there. Right beside it, which I'm going to go ahead and break it, but we'll place it back. Right beside it is 2 blocks of bedrock. Now we can break through that, but it takes a lot longer. So we want to place this because this is the block that is actually going to be breaking the bedrock below it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. All right, so next what we're going to go ahead and do is take our obsidian, and you want to go ahead and place it to the left or to the right. So we're going to go ahead and take it to the right. I'm using grind obsidian because the fact that I'm showing you it does work with normal obsidian and grind obsidian, plus it's crying obsidian produces a little bit of light, and it's kind of cool. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and take a building block and place it directly on top of our obsidian. Once we have that up there, we're gonna go ahead and take our trapdoor. Go ahead and place your trapdoor on the upper part of the obsidian, and go ahead and close your trapdoor just like that. Next, you're going to go ahead and grab your TNT. You're going to place TNT right here beside your piece of obsidian, and you want to go ahead and place your TNT on top of your piston just like that. Now, this setup does not have to be facing any specific direction. This works any way you want it to, as long as the configuration looks like this. Next, you want to go ahead and take your lever and place it above the TNT that is sitting on the ground, just like that. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to come up to this, and we're going to go ahead and right click on this, and it's going to drop us down, and we're going to be kind of in the swimming effect, just like this. If you're not in that swimming effect, you didn't do it right, so make sure you're down there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and flip that down. My next step, this is not necessary, but this is the way that I can get it done more frequently, is I will go over here to our options. We'll go over here to our controls, then our keybinds. Down here in gameplay, I like to go ahead and change my pick block right here, which is my middle button. I like to change my pick block to my place block. So it's going to be right. And then my place block, I'm going to change to my middle button. The reason I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go into creative. All right, so I changed that because the fact that when I use my right click, I can only place one at a time. But whenever I change my keybinds, I can actually hold now, and I can click constantly, just holding it. And that's exactly what we're going to need to do to get this to work. So if you decide to change your keybinds, let's go ahead and go back up here. We're going to go into survival just to show you. We're going to go ahead and drop us into the crawling animation like this. Now we're going to kind of go over here without popping out from underneath this trapdoor. You're going to look at this lever, and once we click this lever, we're going to come over here without popping out of the crawling animation again. And you're going to look at the very top of the obsidian right here, and you're just going to either spam right click or just press and hold that middle button whenever you change your keybinds, and make sure your piston is in your hand. Once you do that, this piston lifts this TNT, and you place a piston and it comes down here and has a chance to break this bedrock. Again, this does not work every single time, but it does work. So let's go ahead and try this out. So we click this button, we come over here, we hold right here, and let's see if we got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into creative so I can break this. And look at that, first try. So what I'm gonna do is, since I got it on the first try, I am going to go ahead and put myself back into survival and kind of speed it up and see if we can do a couple more. So possibly a little time lapse for you. All right, and there we go, 3 for 3, and it worked perfect. As you see, I took a little bit of damage on that. However, you can always avoid taking as much damage as long as you have blast protection. Just to show you, I was wearing no armor and I was in survival doing this. It does wear out your hunger, so you might want to bring some food. And if this does not work for you the first couple times, and you run out of material, you definitely want to make a portal up here and go and try it again. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and again, if you're new, consider subscribing. And until next time, I will see y'all later.